watch this fire when these bombs pop up on you, peekaboo. Tell the clips to open up so we can get a peek at you. Now you through, cut them up and send them like a Levite do. And we in the spirit, that's why they fears. Finna get this camping when we fast and it gets serious. We say it and we prove it, ain't your pastor, he delirious. I fight to keep the laws, if that mean cutting off my members. We know our enemies ain't worried about if they show it. 400 years, add 200 more and keep it going. See, I'm a god before a slave, they hate us cause we know it. Now we warn, shout out to Mobile, the final warning. Damn.
Hey,
Yes,
we
sir.
back.
Yep, in the building.
I know what time it is.
Hey, it's been a minute, have it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hey, we got to understand. This is the what?
Final one.
No,
Hold on.
This is the what? The what?
The
final
one.
That's what we at. That's what we a bit rusty, y'all. We a bit rusty, but I'm telling you something straight up. All praise to the Most High God for giving us this opportunity. All praise the Most High to give us the opportunity to wake up the chosen, the elect.
Right.
God's chosen people. We got some good stuff for you. All right. Hey, I'm Officer Joel to my right.
Officer Zephaniah.
All right.
Officer Judah.
Officer Jeremiah.
Officer Malachiah.
All praise. That's the lineup. Hey, we represent IUIC. Mobile. Shout out to Bishop Nathaniel.
Yes, sir.
I shout out to Bishop Kanai, Bishop Yawasal, the mighty deacons, well known, the mighty captains, well known, famous men.
Right.
Famous men, the officers, the mighty officers, soldiers, men of valor.
Right.
Men of valor, brothers don't do them but move things. That's what they do, man. And the sisters that have the mindset of the Most High God and their leadership. Shout out to you all. All praise the Most High God. What we got, y'all?
Hey, all praise. Y'all ready? IT, how y'all doing over there? Y'all all right? All praise to the Most High, y'all. So we gonna get it in, man. Hey, also, we just been working, man. Let them know we just been busy.
Yeah, that's what it is, y'all. You know, it ain't no slothfulness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot been going on. You know, we got to do the works.
Yes,
Sometimes
sir.
that day is fulfilled already, but we not going to stop.
Right.
We're not going to stop. When we can, we're going to put it in. All praises. Pray for us. Keep us in your prayers, all right?
All praise. Let's go, IT.
What we got, y'all? What we got? Let's get the first thing rolling. What we got, y'all? Let's go. All right.
I am a legal immigrant, and I want to tell you something. I'm disgusted by what people from other countries like Mexico are doing right now in my new country. I came from Mexico. I came legally. I have worked all my life here to get what I have. I have never asked for a penny to the government. I didn't come here to get something from the government. I came for an opportunity and I got it. And I have the American dream. What about all of those people protesting in California and New York? What are they doing? They are burning the city. If you don't like to be deported and you want to stay here, you have to have your best behavior. Not the worst behavior. You think that we want you here with that behavior of burning cars, burning the entire city? Why? Why do we talk to the authorities in your behalf? Has no meaning on that. And for the people that are defending these violent attackers, people that don't deserve to be here, shame on you. Shame on you.
So what we forget, and I'm not disagreeing, y'all, with totally what the sister is saying pertaining to our people's behavior.
Right.
But you have to, and Bishop Yabasab always says it, Bishop Yabasab always says this. He says, before you just automatically just judge someone, speak with them, communicate with them, and see why. Why do they feel this way? What is going on? And she should know that.
Right.
She should see the oppression of our people. Let's get that very quick. Oppression makes a wise man mad. Let's get that. Our people are being oppressed. And this is for the sister real quick. My sister, you have to understand something. Your people are being oppressed.
Right.
You are content and happy that you are an American,
Bring it out.
but not knowing that the land that you own is actually your land.
Right.
And your people know that. So you have to fight for your own land. You're being rejected from your own land, primarily the so-called Native American Indians, which are the same people, the Hispanics. Native American Indians are the same people, and the Negroes are the same exact people. So that's the mindset of our people. I'm an American. I came here legally.
Right.
You came here legally. Legally means that your ancestors came here and worked hard and started a life and was oppressed as well.
Yep.
They was beaten. They was raped. I forgot a movie I was watching. I was just watching it where the brother, when the Hispanics when they would come here, and I think it was in the midst of which war. I forgot which war it was. Forgot. And when they was just going out for a night. They was dressed up. The brother was dressed up. His wife was dressed up, and they went into a barber shop. And next thing you know, a chaos happened. What do you call it on the streets when they a riot. Thank you, officer. A riot happened. And the military men, which was Europeans, Caucasians, they ran up in the bar, snatched him up. These are Hispanics now. Snatched him up. I think this was probably the 80s, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, in that time. Snatched him up, beat him and his brother down, pinned his wife down, snatched him and the brother out in the streets, beating them down in the middle of the streets. They pinned his wife down and raped her. This happened when this sister was a child.
Right.
This is what her father went through.
Right.
Her mother went through.
Right.
How dare you tell your people and say, "Well, I was brought in here legally." No, you was oppressed.
Right.
You was oppressed just as they are being oppressed.
Right.
So our wording has to get better. You have to watch what you're saying and make sure you're not siding with the enemy.
Right.
Let's read this.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
God says surely. What does surely mean? And you all welcome. Let's get in this. I want to hear you all comments about this, officers, because God says surely. So that means that it's no way around it.
Right.
When you oppressed, you're going to be what?
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
My sister, your people will go crazy when they're oppressed.
Right.
They're going to flip over cars. Is it right? No. But God, you don't think God knows what he's talking about? So the oppression comes from us breaking God's commandments.
Right.
You know, you Hispanics, you love that siege of Boje.
Yep.
Y'all can put that picture up real quick. If it's too much trouble, don't worry about it. You all love that Catholic religion.
Yep.
Because you love that false, that satanic tradition, that satanic religion, we are being oppressed.
Right.
Get that in Deuteronomy 28. Y'all jump in real quick so we can finish that video. Deuteronomy 28, you know what I want? Pertaining to oppression.
Yeah,
28 and
29.
29. Let's go.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse
Start
29.
at 28 because remember King Solomon said oppression making a wise man mad.
Right.
Come on.
Verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
Who would do it?
The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
My sister, today is your warning. It's your final warning, Hispanics. It's your final warning, you blacks. It's your final warning, you so-called Native American Indians. God said curses have been put on us. He said what?
The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
The Lord has allowed us to be crazy.
Right.
The Lord has allowed oppression to come upon us. Come on.
And blindness.
That's you. The blindness is you don't know who you are.
Right.
You will kill your brother. You will run into your sister for the religion of a Catholic religion started by Europeans.
Right.
Portraying themselves as to look like God. Portraying themselves to look like Christ. Come on.
And astonishment of heart.
What is the astonishment of heart? We kill each other. The astonishment of a heart meaning it's at awe. Like, wow, I can't believe they doing that. I can't believe a Hispanic will bow down and kiss a pale man's feet.
Right.
A pale man feet statue.
Right.
A statue of a pale man feet.
Right.
You bow down and kiss his feet. Come on.
And thou shalt grope at noonday,
Come on.
as the blind gropeth in darkness.
That's what our people doing on the streets. They lost. They don't want to go back to their home, that their so-called home. All right, our people, the Hispanics, don't want to go back there because it's nothing but war. It's nothing but bloodshed there. So they walking in what?
As the blind man gropeth in dark.
Come on.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
Oh, you got you a good old F-350.
Right.
Hispanics walking around with them big trucks. There you go. That's what them Hispanics like. That's what you love. You love that.
Hey, also don't forget Santa Maria now. They love Mary too now.
Oh, they love that Mary. You
Mary.
ain't
Yeah,
lying.
love Mary
Austin.
too
They
now.
love that Mary. They do that sign. Ain't what they do. That they hit you with that.
Right.
Oh,
They hit you with that Sammy Sosa, don't you?
with the bees.
With the beads.
Oh, man.
God said you will be oppressed because of that.
Right.
God commanded you Hispanics to keep his commandments.
Right.
He ain't tell you nothing to do, no kiss, no holy, no whatever, the whole letter T up on you.
Right.
He did not command you to do that. Keep reading.
And thou shalt be only oppressed.
That should be only what?
Oppressed.
Only oppressed. As soon as you think you're starting to be successful in America, God cut your lights off and said, nope. I'm taking your fathers from your homes. I'm going to take your daughters from your homes. I'm going to take your wife from your homes. And I'm going to allow y'all to turn against each other because you breaking my commandments.
Right.
So now you're turning against each other. You got brothers and sisters saying, I'm legal. Yeah, you my brother, but you illegal.
Right.
Get your illegal ass up out of here.
I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Know you.
But when Trump ship your behind back to the country, that illegal brother gonna say, I seen you on TV.
Right.
And I remembered what side you was on. Cast them out. Cast them out. We don't want to be around them. They not sincere. Oh, it's gonna come back up on you. Right. When you not for your people, it's gonna come right back up on you.
Right.
Finish that out.
Right?
And spoiled evermore.
And spoiled evermore. Y'all, let's finish out unless y'all got something else on this.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
go to Jeremiah 50 and verse 33. Just showing
Get out.
that Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom, the blacks and the Hispanics were oppressed. They still being oppressed to this day.
That's right.
Watch this. Read this real quick.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33.
Yep.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Read.
the children of Israel,
So that's the Hispanics and Native Americans. Read.
and the children of Judah
That's you blacks. Read.
were oppressed together.
So we can't. A lot of times we like to separate the two.
That's right, Austin.
We like to say, oh, that's them. That's the Hispanics being deported. Them your brothers. Them
right.
your sisters
That's
that's
right.
being took from their household, from
Right.
their families, and getting deported back over there. But when we getting gunned down, it be the same way on their end. They like to say, oh, that's them niggas over there. That's them blacks over
Right,
there. That's
right,
happening
right.
too. We got to come back to understanding that we are one people.
They say, oh, they lazy. They lazy. Brother, you calling us lazy. The only reason why you calling Negroes lazy. The only reason why you was able to become legal in America is because of those so-called lazy Negroes.
right.
That was getting sprayed down in the street by water hoses.
Yep.
That was getting bit by dogs.
Yep.
That was getting beat down by batons on the head.
Right.
Right.
Say it again, also.
Yes, sir. They like to separate the two. They like to say them boys lazy or the blacks lazy or they don't really understand hard work. But really in the facts, when you think about it, the reason why y'all working so hard because they paying y'all so little because they know y'all over here illegally or y'all ain't really got too much to lose.
You know?
So y'all gonna work for a little or nothing. So the Bible say, read it again.
Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33.
You know?
Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Uh-huh.
the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
We are oppressed together. We still in this together at the end of the day. When y'all getting shipped off in back of our mind, then they might be coming for us next. That's how I think. Like, if they doing it to y'all, they gonna do it to us. They doing it to us, they gonna do it to y'all.
Right,
Read
Amos.
on.
That's right.
And all that took them captives held them fast.
See, it say the other nations, the so-called white man, for example, it say they took us captives and they held us fast. So whenever they want to, whenever or however they feel like they want to do to us, they gonna do it. That's why you see them deporting y'all right now. So for the same one that will vote for Trump, now you reaping the benefits of it.
That's right. Bam.
Hey,
Good stuff,
real
Amos.
quick, just to add to it, I just want to say this. It's heavy what you were saying because I actually seen a post where a brother posted and said, "Hey, blacks, we gonna sit this one out." With what's going on with California, the brother said, "Hey, look, we gonna sit this one out because what I also just said, we don't consider that. Hey, we the same. It's no different. They were just deporting our Haitian brothers.
That's right. That's
you
right.
understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
We know different. It's just all of us gonna have our time. It's gonna come a time where they gonna do the same
Right,
thing.
right. They target us
Yeah.
all, and that's what people don't understand. They would bring that. They would bring. The China man likes to go back into the days where they was kind of slightly oppressed in America, but that's not going on anymore.
Right.
That's not going on anymore because that never lasts. The children of Israel, it will last forever until Christ come back.
Yep.
It will until Christ come back. It will last forever because we're the most hated.
Right.
Because we used to rule them. That has not been forgotten.
Right.
That's what our people don't understand. All right, let's finish it out real quick, y'all. Y'all get some more on that.
And I got it. And I have the American dream. What about all of those people protesting in California and New York? What are they doing? They are burning the city. If you don't like to be deported and you want to stay here, you have to have your best behavior. Not the worst behavior. You think that we want you here with that behavior of burning cars, burning the entire city? Why? Why do we talk to the authorities in your behalf? Has no meaning on that. And for the people that are defending these violent attackers, people that don't deserve to be here, shame on you. Shame on you, because you're supposed to talk and to tell them the truth. You're not supposed to line up with them. You're supposed to tell them, go to your country.
Hey,
You are
real quick, if you don't mind, Officer, check this out. So, I think we forget, right? Because the sister, she said some stuff that's true pertaining to how we conduct ourselves. Because the Lord don't condone us dealing with the other nations like that pertaining to the riot and the protesting. But here's the thing. Get that in Hebrews 11 and 15. We're going to read 15 and 16.
No.
What she forgot is that the Most High God, we got a country. We got a land. But here's the thing. The people fighting for our land while we fight for something that don't belong to us. We fight for something that don't belong to us, but the wars, the bombs, all the stuff that's going on here today is because you not in your land.
That's right.
Watch this. Read it. Hebrews 11 and 15. Watch this.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 15.
Watch this.
Read
Let's
it.
just talk about a country, a land, and a city. Let's see what the Bible
She
says.
said, I have the American dream.
Right, and that's exactly what it is, because you got to be sleep to believe that you're free. Because we was dealing on the street also yesterday in the city. Remember the sister kept talking about she was good. She was straight.
Right.
I can live like
Right,
this.
right.
That's the same mentality
Same
she
thing.
got.
Selfish.
Yeah, watch this. Read
Bring it
that.
out. Bring it out.
And truly, if they had been mindful of that country.
Of what?
Of that country.
That country is Jerusalem, what they bumming and they fighting, what Gaza got going on down there. That's that country. It said if we had been mindful of that country, read.
From whence they came out.
That's where we came from. We came from Jerusalem. The Lord said we had been mindful of that country, read.
They might have had opportunity to have returned.
We might have been able to come back if we remembered ourselves.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? Watch this though. Read on.
Verse 16. But now they desire a better country. That is in heavenly.
That's what you see we doing today. We are teaching our people. We were showing the sister the comfort. The comfort is we gonna get all that
That's
back.
right. We're going to get it back even better.
Right.
That's right.
So that's what we desire. So that's what we are teaching our people. But watch this though. Read.
Wherefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God.
So God not ashamed to be called our God when we repent. But watch this though. Read on.
For he had prepared for them a city.
He did what for us?
prepared for them a city.
And it wasn't California, y'all.
There you go.
It wasn't America.
America?
It wasn't America.
You want to come to America? It ain't America, bruh. I don't know. Everybody think just because you can do what you want to do, you can find any land and tell the people to do what they want to do.
Yep.
Right.
That don't make America the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
You just can do what you want to do. You can blow weed.
Yep.
You can fornicate. You can lick a dog. A dog can lick you.
Right.
The hell is this?
And if you don't get caught, you actually fine with it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Man, there was a woman got caught here on the coast. A dog, it's some nasty stuff. A dog, she allowed a dog to enter into her. The only reason why she got caught because she had to call 911 to get the dog up out of her.
Right.
Some nasty stuff.
Get some help.
That's the American dream,
Yep.
sister.
Yep.
That's what you in. You living in the midst of hell
Yep.
and you boasting about it.
Right.
Yep.
That's all you had on the
Yeah, and just to add to it, it's the same thing with Levi. That's why we also put heavy on press together. Cause Levi think Haiti is the promised land.
Yeah.
The hell
And,
is
and
this?
Issachar think America the promised
Because
land.
they got a little leniency where they can kind of do as they feel.
Yep.
That's still slavery. That's like, oh, you put me up in a box, right? And the bigger you build a box, you say, look, I once had you in a small box, but now I got you in a bigger box. Got
Yep.
nicer things. Now you still think you free. You just a bigger box.
Just
Right.
a minor
Still a box.
upgrade.
It's just a minor upgrade.
Yep, still a box.
It's mighty, man. When we supposed to, our mind's supposed to be on the land. Give me that in Ezekiel. I love it when he said, I put the chain around your neck. I gave you the, what's that, y'all?
16.
16.
Yep.
It's going into what also was bringing out pertaining into the land. These things the Lord did for us when we had our own land, when we had our own rulership, when we had our own power. We was living like this. It felt good to be. How that sister feeling right now?
Right.
We once felt like that when we was in rulership.
Right.
Come on. You got it?
16 to 10, soldier.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16 and verse 10. I clothed thee also with broidered work, and shod thee with badger skin, and I girded thee about with fine linen, and I covered thee with silk. I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands, and a chain on thy neck.
That's where you get that from.
Right.
Brothers be like, man, why I like to wear these chains? That's your ancestors. Now you just want to put a cross around your neck.
Right.
Your ancestors, they put the brothers, the sisters will put chain. You know what a chain is? And these chains weren't made out of that mess you wearing. Where you go, what's that stuff made out of? They spray the spray paint on it.
Plated gold.
Plated
gold plate.
Plated plates. That plated stuff. No.
That Amazon gold.
Yeah, that's what it is. You get 2 pieces for 3 pieces for $100.
Shout out to IT over there.
No, we gonna leave him alone. Got them rolls in his mouth, huh? But read it again. About the chain. Start with the chain.
And a chain on thy neck,
Come on.
and I put a jewel on thy forehead.
You see that? Put the jewel around their forehead. all
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
talking
they-
about little Uzi Levert. Put the jewel inside of your
Right,
forehead.
right.
He said around your forehead. Come on, man.
And earrings in thine ear.
You see that? That's where you get it from. Israelites, you can't help it. You can't help it. You just want to be fly. That's why y'all gotta understand y'all different from Africans.
Right.
That's a whole different ball game. You can spot an Israelite a mile away.
Yep.
Right.
If you're a so-called you got Ephraim, you got Manasseh. They would be what some Puerto Ricans and some Cubans. You know good well them your people.
Right.
When you see them, you say, man, that man moved just like me, cause he heals you.
Yep.
He heals you. He got the jewels in his ear. He walking suave. He got the chain around his neck. His wrist lighting up. That's your ancestors. We ain't making this stuff up. Read on.
And a beautiful crown upon thine head.
Royalty. Come on.
Thus was thou decked with gold and silver.
You see that? We were that. We were that. Now we content with just a 9 to 5.
Yep.
They gave me enough money to get my F350.
Right.
Right.
As long as I can pull up to work in my F350, I'm all right.
Good.
That's all the Hispanics want. You want a race car, you want an F350. All the Negroes want some Chargers now.
Yep.
They want a Charger, a young man, he want a Charger, and a nice Instagram post.
Yeah.
Right.
And he content.
A scat pack.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it, man. Keep reading.
And thy raiment was of fine linen,
We ain't got no real linen like that today. Come on.
and silk, and broidered work.
Come on.
Thou didst eat fine flour and honey.
You ate fine flour, ate fine honey. We know now all we eating is McDonald's,
Right.
Burger King,
Right.
Taco Bell. And why are you talking about this, also? Because what the sister is speaking about, the American dream, it is not an American dream.
Right.
It is a nightmare.
There you go.
Right.
We just making moves in it.
Right.
Just because you making moves in it, that don't mean it's a dream.
Right.
You mean to tell me that's your dream? When I have a dream, my dream ain't to wake up to be a 9 to 5 every day.
Ain't lying.
That's not a dream.
Right.
You cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Right.
That's not a dream. That's a nightmare because I have to do that.
Right.
That's not a dream. Come on.
And oil, and thou was exceeding beautiful.
You was succeeding what?
Exceeding beautiful.
Now with our sisters, especially our Hispanic sisters, our Negroes too, but the Hispanic sisters, they live there. The Negro sister has to go. She has to go there. But the Hispanic sister actually live where they do the buckshots at.
Yep.
I see a whole bunch of Hispanic sisters. Sister about 5'2". She look bitty, but somehow her behind, her hips and her thighs, somehow they supersized.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
What did God say? You used to be what?
and thou was exceeding beautiful.
Do you know what beautiful is? Beautiful is meaning you were made in the image of someone.
Right.
The man was made in the image of God. Sisters, you was made in the image of man. You changed your complexion. You're changing your physique to impress the oppressor.
Yep.
Come on.
And thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
They prosper into a what?
Into a kingdom.
We was once a prosperous kingdom.
Right.
Right.
That's what he was going over
Yep.
in with the scripture he was just reading about.
Yep.
When our mindsets was on our land.
Right.
We knew that our land, the power was within God and the land. It was the land that God gave us.
Right.
That's how we knew we was prospering.
Yep.
But now our mind is not on our land. Our mind is on America. America?
Right.
Come on.
And also know what you just pulled was very heavy because it said a kingdom. California just a state.
Just it.
He said a kingdom.
A state that ain't producing a damn thing.
Right.
In Mississippi, they produce more cotton from Negroes, Hispanics,
Right.
from Negroes and so-called Native American Indians, which we the same people. But that state produced and was one of the richest states in the world.
Right.
A state, not a country, not a whole entire nation. One state
Right.
produced that much cotton. It was one of the richest in the world because of that texture. So our mindsets have to change.
Yep.
Come on, let's finish it out, y'all.
That was it.
That was it.
All right. What y'all got?
Let's go. Let's get the next one. Hey, this is the final warning, y'all. We here to warn our people, giving the edification of how their mind should be
Yes,
to
sir.
come back to God before it's too late. Let's go.
Right.
Mexican Americans versus Antifa. Let's just say people are starting to wake up and realize different individuals are getting dropped off in their neighborhood and getting paid to destroy their neighborhood.
You ain't burning that flag. I don't care. I'm Mexican. My family's no immigrant. You're not burning that flag. You're not burning that flag. You're not burning that flag. You're not burning that fucking flag. We don't condone burning
quick,
America.
You know what that remind me of? Remember when COVID had hit? And matter of fact, not COVID. It was when Eric Garner had died.
That was Ferguson.
Oh, George Foreman. My bad. George. Not
George
George.
Floyd.
What was George
Come on,
Floyd? I'm
George
sorry. I said
Floyd.
George.
And they didn't die.
They were murdered.
They were
They
slaves.
was murdered. Oh, right. They was slaves.
Nah, and also just what he said. We have to say that because that's the narrative that they push.
Right,
Esau
right.
pushed the narrative.
Rest
they
in peace.
died. you killed
he
our
lost
brother.
his life.
Right,
He did not lose it. It was taken.
They
Go
killed.
ahead, Austin.
No, you're right. Y'all most definitely right. When the cop had put their knee on the brother's neck.
Right.
So they started what? Our people started rioting. They felt like they had to go protest
Right.
and march the streets. And a lot of us was just marching. But you had those people, Antifa is what they call them, where they throw on the mask, they disguise themselves and make it seem like they was with us, and they was burning down black businesses the whole time. Destroying bill. One video, a brother was like, why is y'all doing this? I didn't do nothing to none of y'all. Like, I work hard for my business. The brother was like in his 50s, and he just broke down crying. And the whole time it was so-called white people that was doing it. That's a
Right.
part of the Antifa.
So these people are actually. So let's explain that a little bit. So these people are actually what? They are leading
Yup.
chaos.
Yep.
They the plants.
They creating chaos. All right. So when an individual creates chaos, let's go into the scriptures. Let's find help me out when Christ was they wanted to go and they said if he do this, if we let him alone, he would yes, let's look for that. It's the same spirit. Y'all got to understand, my people that's listening, that's watching. Spirits don't die. That's why Christ said when he come back, he will swallow death. That means he will kill it. He will devour it when the time comes. He's the one that can harm the body and the spirit. So these spirits are still here. Christ allows them. You remember in the Bible where the before Christ had sent the devils into the pigs, they said, Christ, are you come back? Have you come back already to subdue us? Let's find that too. Let's find that. But let's get the other one first. Y'all got what I want first?
John 11:48.
Let's
If
go
we leave
there.
him alone.
The book of John, chapter 11 and verse 48.
Come on.
If we let him thus alone.
Now this is who's speaking. Let me get there. Let's jump. Let's get some context. Who is speaking? Can you see it? Read it.
John chapter 11 and verse 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council.
The chief priests, the Pharisees, and the councils, they would be the Jews. That was Christ. That was his people.
Right.
The Israelites. So don't think that you see these things going on. Who are they hiring? These our enemies, who are they hiring? Who are they giving this money to? Who is they giving this job to? Who is they giving these tasks to? I remember seeing it was a TikTok video pertaining to our sisters being missing, the black market where they taking our sisters. And guess who they caught trying to take our sister and yank her from the train?
Yep.
Our brother. Our brother. It's your own people that's being targeted, that the other nations is paying them to do these deeds.
The hell is this?
Like the Judas and the Black Messiah with William O'Neill.
There you go. Judas and the Black Messiah. And that's a good movie. Right. That's a good movie to watch. It's always your people who the enemy is paying. Keep reading.
And said, what do we? For this man does many miracles.
This man does many miracles. When someone does miracles, do you know it is a miracle for us to know who we are?
Right.
It is a miracle that God has woke us up. We was lost. We was in the negative. You got 0, you got -10, -9. Nigga, we was in the negatives. We was dumb as a rock.
Right.
Well, all we knew how to do is shoot a rubber basketball, run with a pig skin, and play with a remote control in our hand.
Right.
That's all we knew. But from the grace of God, not only did we improve in knowledge, now we know who we are.
That's right.
Come on.
Verse 48. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him.
You see that everything will change. This sister talking about the American dream.
Right.
Sister, you love death. You
gonna
love
learn
turmoil.
today.
You love turmoil. You love chaos. You're speaking about this chaos that you're saying that your people are bringing to the country. The country was taken from them, sister.
Right.
You're not making any sense. But Christ, he was performing miracles. The same thing we do when we go out into the streets. We're showing the people that a miracle that we can change, because young men are out teaching. Young men are out here transforming in front of everybody's eyes. It's a miracle. It's marvelous.
Right.
So we're changing the world from the directions of Christ, the commandment of Christ, the leader, the atmosphere and the zeal of our leadership that is the spirit that was put on them from Christ. We
Right.
looking at it.
Right.
I'm looking at it. That's what we're doing, and that's what he was doing when he was walking the earth. When they see that, what does the enemy do? Come on.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
You see that? They was what? Allegiance. Their allegiance was with the Romans.
Right.
The Romans were the enemies or the government of the Israelites.
Right.
But they teamed up with them.
Right.
Just like that sister said, I'm here and I'm living the American dream.
That was her allegiance.
That was her allegiance.
That was her spot in her place that she didn't want to.
There you go. It's the same
Yep.
spirit. That's what we're trying to teach y'all. The spirits is in the Bible.
Yep.
We're showing you the spirits in the Bible.
Yep.
They're not foreign. They're not strange. They the same spirits Christ dealt with. Keep reading.
Verse 49. And one of them named Cephas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all,
So come on, keep reading.
nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people,
Come on.
and that the whole nation perish not. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus should die for that nation.
Die for that nation, the Israelites.
Right.
And that's a cut to you pastors. I don't know what doctrine y'all teaching. I don't know what Bible y'all reading. That's the New Testament in the book of John.
right.
John is telling you that Christ was going to die for one nation. But the point of the matter is you had people that wanted to be allegiance to the government.
Yep.
And they targeted Christ because they wanted to live the what? That's that Roman dream.
Yep.
They loved the way the Romans treated them.
Right.
The Romans gave them power.
Right.
False power. When you act up in front of the Romans, they took that power. They feared only man. Y'all got something?
Yes, sir. Read Luke 20 and 19 and
Read
20.
out.
Saying the same as that thing. Watch this, though. Because what the officer just brought out is heavy. Because though it is Antifa, when you watch the video, they target, like officer you put it earlier about the oppression and a gift. They give us these type of things. That's why our sister is thinking in her mental, she free. She got something because of the F-350 she might got.
That's right. That's right.
Right? Or the car, whatever the job.
The lands.
The land that you got. But watch this. Read that. Luke 20 and 19. The point is 20, though. Watch this.
The book of Luke, chapter 20 and verse 19.
Uh-huh.
And the chief priests and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him.
Uh-huh.
And they feared the people, for they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them.
Watch this, though. So these are our brothers. These are our own brothers. The scribes, these are our brothers. These Israelites. Right? Watch this.
And they watched him
They watched our Lord. Read.
and sent for spies.
They did what?
Sent for spies.
If they did it then, they going to do the same thing again, y'all. They going to send people in to kind of cause these disruptions.
What a bomb.
You feel me? Because here's the thing, y'all. We ain't got no. I think the same video that Officer Jeremiah was speaking of, the brother pulled up and he stopped and he was recording. He was like, bro, who set these bricks right here?
Right.
He was asking, who the hell set these bricks right here? They just had a pile of bricks just sitting there gave to him.
Who did that?
You feel me?
The same one that dropped the guns off in Chicago
There
at
you
the
go.
train station.
Right.
There you go.
The hell is
It's
this?
a setup.
Yep. But that's it. That's all I had.
Man, read that again. Read it again.
Luke chapter 20 and verse 20. And they watched him and sent for spies.
They sent forth spies. We have spies within the congregation.
Right.
We know you're here. We know you're here. We know. We know. But you got a part you have to play, and you may repent
Right.
as being a spy.
Right.
Come on.
which should feign themselves just men,
Come on.
that they might take hold of his words,
Come on.
that so they might deliver him,
So that they might what?
deliver him.
Y'all are bait. Y'all out there protesting when you need to be keeping the commandments of God,
Right.
Hispanics and Negroes.
Right.
That's
If
right.
you want to be successful, obey God.
Right.
And he's going to give you power over the nations. He's going to give you back your land. That's what y'all missing. Y'all have tried everything, but you have tried everything on this green earth. But only thing you have not tried is to be what God ordained you to be, which is an Israelite.
Yep.
You have never tried to be an Israelite. That's what you have never tried. Why don't you try it? And you're going to see the wisdom and the beauty within it. Read on.
That so they might deliver him
That they might deliver him. That they might deliver him unto whom?
unto the power
Unto the power. Come on.
and authority
Of the what?
of the governor.
Of the government. So who's up? Who is behind it? The who? Read it again.
Unto the power and authority of the governor.
Of the governor.
Yup. And I like that you made that point too, officer. The spirits, Bishop say salute. They just salute. They keep coming back because it's the same as that thing.
Same thing.
Same as that
Same
thing.
thing.
Same as that thing.
How can the same mindset of saying, what are y'all doing? You all are causing chaos
Yep.
here. I'm living an American dream. We don't want you here if you're acting like that. That's what they said about Christ.
Right.
That's what they said about Christ. And I'm not siding with our people flipping over cars
Right.
and burning the streets. But you got to realize your people are the oppressed and they don't know who they are.
Yep.
They think they're Mexicans.
Yep.
That's what they think they are. They think all they know how to do is work.
Yep.
Not knowing that they the greatest people on earth, that they was meant to rule. You're not just here to work and to make countries better, Hispanics. That's not why you was made. You was made to rule the nations and teach they behinds how to work.
Right. And it was heavy too. I remember they did that with Paul with Diana. That was a riot. They created the riot with Diana. They did the same thing.
You need to bring that
They
out.
did the same thing. What is Acts 19?
Bring that out.
They did the same exact thing. It's crazy.
So when Christ was walking,
Yep.
now when Paul is walking.
Yep, they did the same exact thing. And that's what, like I was saying, we're not siding with the sister,
Right,
but
right.
it's bigger stuff that move these things. They can pop it off, and then us being foolish and oppressed, we'll join right in.
Right there.
They say, well, we might as well.
They don't have to do so much. All they have to do is just start the fire.
Yep.
We keep throwing what would you throw in to keep the fire going? You throw in
The coal out of
straws.
fuel.
Yeah, you throw all types of things in to keep the fire going. That's us. That's what we doing. By ignorance or stupidity. One of the two. Come on.
Read this verse. Yeah, start right up. Acts 19, start at verse 27.
The book of Acts, chapter 19 and verse
Read
27.
You just got to read down, and we're going to jump to where it say that. Read that, though.
Verse 26. Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia, this Paul have persuaded and turned away much people, saying that they be no gods which are made with hands.
Did we just hear that?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep. Watch this, though. Read on.
So that not only this, our craft is in danger to be set at naught.
Hey, and what's heavy about what you said, officer? She said the same thing. You might not have picked it up. She said, "There's no God but America. That's the only God we got.
Wow, I didn't hear that.
That's the only God we got." That's what she say. She say, what she said? America is our freedom and our country. She telling our people this is it. It ain't no other way but America.
So this America is the promised land.
That's all she's saying. The same
Your
thing.
people getting kicked out, getting their ass beat down, families getting split up. This
Yep.
the promised land.
Yep.
But that's their household, not her household.
Right.
She good.
She good,
She
huh?
good. She made it.
Damn foolish woman. Come
Read.
on.
But also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised,
Come on.
and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worshipeth.
Now here go the point. Read verse 28 and 29. Read
So,
it quick.
hold on.
Go ahead, I'm
Before
sorry.
no, I'm gonna give it back to you. I just
Yes,
want
sir.
them to understand. This is them speaking.
Yep.
This is not the prophet. This is not Paul speaking. This is the brothers and sisters. His own brothers and sisters was against him.
Right.
Read that in verse 23, real quick.
Acts chapter 19 and verse 23.
Uh-huh.
And the same time, there arose no small stir about that way.
Come on.
For a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana.
So this is his brother, Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana.
Right.
Meaning idols, just like Caesar Borgia, that pale skin image that you think Christ. That's an example of what he was making.
Right.
Diana is a god, a false god.
Right.
So that's what he did. That was his job. Come on.
brought no small gain unto the
I
craftsman.
mean, he was bringing in that guap. He was bringing in that money.
Right.
He had that moolah. So Paul was teaching against that.
Right.
Like we go out and teach against that false god or that false image. And y'all want to try to stone us or tear us down or go up
Right.
against us. This what was happening to Paul. Read.
Verse 25. whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation.
So Demetrius got at the riot. He called everybody together. And let's see what he said.
And said, Sirs, ye know that by this craft we have our wealth.
He said, hey, man, y'all know we make this statue of this false god. That's how we make our money.
Right.
Come on.
Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia.
That's a whole region.
Yep.
That means the prophets were putting in work. It sounds like some other leaders that I know.
Right.
That put in work. They don't play.
Right.
Them bishops, them deacons, them captains, them officers be everywhere all around the world.
Right.
What did he say? Come on.
But almost throughout all Asia. This Paul had persuaded.
This Paul had persuaded, meaning he's been teaching.
Right.
He's been on his job. Come on.
And turned away much people.
He has turned away much people from this false doctrine.
Right.
From this false God. Come
Right.
on. Saying what?
That they be no God.
That this crap that they making, this pale skinned so-called white Christ, this Mary that y'all are into, you Hispanic, it is not what?
Which are made with hands.
No, saying, come on,
that they be no God.
they are not no gods. They are false images. They are made up from Satan himself.
Right.
Come on.
Which are made with hands.
Which are made with hands. Read.
So that not only this, our craft is in danger to be set at naught.
So I'm going to stop there and give it back to Austin. It says, so that not only this, our craft is in danger to be set at naught. I just want to build a foundation. He's saying our wealth and our craft is in danger because Paul is teaching against it. The same thing the sister was saying. Go ahead, Austin.
Yep, now that's heavy. Because she literally think her spot finna be, look, America gonna be set at naught. You messing it up for me.
That's right.
That's what she's saying. Watch this, read on.
Verse 28. And when they heard these sayings, they were full of wrath.
They were full of what?
Full of wrath.
Read.
And cried out, saying, Great is Diana of the Ephesians.
Of the who?
Of the Ephesians.
Of the Americans. It's the same mentality.
mentality.
And it was heavy you read 23, because 23 say he stirred them up. He started riots.
That's right.
You had one individual, he went and called brothers together and say, hey, this ain't right. He stirred the people up. That's what we read with the Antifa.
Right.
That's what we seeing. Read the next verse. Watch this.
You know?
And the whole city.
And the what?
The whole city.
The whole city of California right now.
Read out.
Read.
Was filled with confusion.
That's right. They don't know if what Paul's saying is right. Or they don't know if what Demetrius is saying is right.
Right.
So here we just gonna join all in. Read on. Watch this, read on.
And having called Gaius and Aristarchus, men of Macedonia,
Read.
Paul's companions in travel,
Watch this.
they rushed with one accord into the theater.
Because this is the thing. All of our brothers and sisters not out there doing that. Some of our brothers and sisters out there trying to be peacemakers like the brother. He actually was telling them, bro, we not finna set nothing on fire. You're going to bring more problems to our area.
Right.
That's what the brother was saying.
Right.
That's
So
why she say confusion.
Yeah, she over here talking about, well, you got to be on your best behavior and all that. Like our people, we haven't been on our best behavior.
Right.
Like we ain't been sitting here working. Most of those people that they deploying, that's all they do is work. They don't bother nobody.
Right. I
Go
think
ahead.
the brother, one of the soldiers was just telling us how a brother got a young man, got a house, got all these things. He working legally. They just deported the brother. The brother been working, doing what he's supposed to be doing, got businesses, got stuff established. They just deported the brother.
Right, you're supposed to take them to at least be able to take them to a court system and say, what are you doing for society?
Right.
If you want to be fair. If you want to be fair, what are you doing for society? Because we know there's rules within everybody has rules in a government. We understand. Okay, it is what it is. It's their kingdom.
Right.
But even your court system is corrupt. What you did was what you always do. You oppress the blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. You use them. You break their backs. And after they build your society, you throw them away.
You done with them.
That's it?
Yes, sir. That's it. That's it on that video?
You got more. Let's get it. Let's get it.
At all. Mexican, dog. We don't condone burning the flag at all.
See, I think a lot of
That was it. All praise, but I'm glad he ended it there. He was just telling them, bro, we not trying to be burning them flags. So who burn them if you see a group of brothers saying, nah, we not finna do that?
Out.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you got something else, Malachi? Go ahead.
Yeah, I got something. Just go into that. Go to Psalms 64.
Get out.
Go to Psalm 64. Start at verse 5.
The book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Right, so this is what Esau is doing. Like, he's stirring this thing up. They sitting and coming up different ways to see what can they do to make our people not only look worse than bad at what they is, that they doing these different things. He's thinking, okay, what can I set up to make it look like it's just all them that's doing these things?
How can we justify us deporting their ass back
How
across
can we
that border?
justify deporting you, shooting you down the street like you gonna hear later on? How can we justify all the wrong we about to do to you again?
Because they want to do it.
Right.
They want to do it. Go ahead, Austin.
Right. So read it again.
They encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Right. So it said they encourage themselves. They like this thing. They like coming up with ideas on what they can do evil to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
Read.
They commune of laying snares privily.
You see that? He said they commune of laying snares privily, privately. Just like how you seen with how they set up the rocks and different things in certain spots.
Bring it out.
And say, all right, we're going to set up this ride. We're going to start this ride on this street right here. This is where y'all going to protest at. This is where I'm going to have y'all to set up in this particular area where they're going to have sticks set up, stones and stuff set up. That's what Esau did.
Right.
Because when they do that, they always have an agenda. Trump is in, and it's already rolling. He wants the military to take over America.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
He wants a strong hand over America. He wants to be just like his brother Putin.
Yep.
He wants to be just like Putin. That's it. Am I saying it correct?
Yeah, Putin.
That's
Right.
Putin is who he wants to be just like him.
Yep.
He admires him. You can tell how he talk, how rash he talk, how bold he talk. He wants the military to be on his side and run the world with a strong hand.
Right.
Go ahead, Austin.
Right. You continue that. He said he set up snares privily.
Uh-huh.
Right. Read.
They say, who shall see them?
You see how he think? He said, "Who gonna see us, man?"
Right.
They don't even see that these blacks and Hispanics. They don't see what's going on.
Austin,
and we behind this.
what Trump say? What do you got to lose?
Right. You have to lose. You know
Go
what I'm saying?
ahead, man.
Right. So he said they don't see us, man. Read.
They search out iniquities.
Right. So they said they search out iniquity, but read.
They accomplish a diligent search.
Right. So they gonna accomplish a diligent search. What can we do to keep these blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans ignorant and in the midst of sin,
Right.
and doing foolish things,
Right.
that can justify us for doing evil to them that we already had set up and planned anyway.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Read.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
You see what I'm saying? He gonna think deep. He already trying to think 10 steps ahead of us.
Right.
What can he do to
Right.
keep our people in sin? What can he do to keep our people ignorant with a matter that, hey, look, they behind all these evil things that's bewitching you to think that you doing the right thing, to make you think that you, just because you're an American citizen, you good. You made it to the
Right.
promised land,
Right.
that you separate from your people.
Right.
No, you're not, man. He said he's setting up a snare for you. It's a snare, man, for you to think that, hey, this is an American dream, like the sister said. No, he said he set up a snare. You fall into his snare.
America is a trap. It is
Right.
a land of sin.
Yep.
It is. That's what is. Give me that in Romans 13 real quick.
Bring it out.
You about to go there, Austin? You in the spirit, man. I can tell how you bring that thing out because you're talking about what our people don't realize is the officer was bringing about your attributes of your enemy.
Right.
A lot of you blacks and Hispanics don't think the so-called white man is your enemy. We cool with it. Like, I'm not finna go out here and get some guns and try to target the president.
Right.
I'm not finna go out. We're not finna go out here and get no guns and try to target the Caucasian or European race.
Right.
We're not finna do that because we're not jealous of them.
Right.
We cool with okay, we gotta work with you. Okay, we gotta work with you for a time being. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay over here, we stay over there. We keep the peace as possible as we can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they not for us.
Right.
And we not for them. But the problem is you confused.
Yep.
You confused
Yep.
about it. I was talking to some guys on the shipyard, and they was saying, hey, I was talking to a so-called white man, and the so-called white man, he said this. He said, "Look here." He said the one thing that I cannot stand. He says I'm not favorite to y'all kind. But he says, I do respect y'all in a way because y'all come here and go to work every day. But I'm not favorite to your kind. We understand that language.
Right.
I understand that language.
Right.
I can work with him because he's saying, look, I ain't gonna come to you. I ain't gonna never eat with you.
Right. You ain't coming to my house.
You ain't coming to my house, and I ain't coming to your house.
Right.
You ain't marrying my daughter, and my son ain't gonna marry your daughter.
Right.
I'm good with that. But the problem with some of you blacks and the Hispanics, you don't know that.
Yep.
Right.
You don't know that. You don't know that God teaches that. In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, he tell us not to marry, not to mix with other nations.
Right.
He tell you not to do that.
Right.
You're the one with no knowledge. You're the one with no knowledge. Read.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 1.
This is what the Lord says about America. Remember, Romans, so there was Israelites that was condoning in Roman ways. They was under the Romans. I don't understand, people. Israelites was under Romans. They are under Romans. They are in Rome captivity.
Right.
To say that we were never under subjection unto so-called white people that are Romans, you stupid as hell.
Right.
It says the book of Romans. Read that.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher power.
Who was the higher power, Dodo? The Romans.
Right.
They was the higher power.
Right.
Christ is teaching you how to conduct yourself with the Romans and also in America.
Right.
Because the Americans are an extension of who? The Romans.
Right.
Right.
They are the extension of that. Come on.
For there is no power but of God.
God ordained that. Because of your disobedience, Israelites, he put them over you. Come on.
The powers that be are ordained of God.
There you go. Come on.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power.
If you resist the power is going into what? They have laws set up. Now, where are these laws founded from? Majority of their laws are founded from the Bible. They are hypocrites, but they have founded them from the Bible. Don't steal. You steal, there are consequences. You lie, there are consequences. You lie to the police officers in the courtroom, there are consequences.
Right.
You kill, meaning going into murder. Murder, there are consequences. Come on.
Resisteth the ordinance of God.
Come on.
And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
So we don't resist. We have been taught to, when we go on these jobs, we obey the rules. Right. Boss man, we don't care what race he is. Boss man say, I need that work done in 5 minutes. All right, we got you, boss. I knocked that out in 5 minutes, the best of my ability.
Right.
We're under we're in their kingdom.
Right.
But you don't supposed to be like, it's a dream to you. This is a nightmare for us.
Right.
It's not a dream for us. Come on.
Verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works.
They are not a terror to whom?
To good works.
So the rulers that are over us for this time being, they are not a terror unto good works. What is good in the Bible? Romans 7 and 12. Real quick. They are not a terror to us. Because God he has a hand over us if you're obeying him. What are the good works? God said the rulers are not a terror to you. Come on.
Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
Laws and commandments are good. Go back.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to do good work.
You see that? It's not a terror because it's founded from the Bible. If you have integrity, you go on a job. Not saying that you won't be afflicted. There are some devils in getting your own people, or they getting even your enemies or your oppressors of the other nations. And they will pick at you.
Right.
They will test you. They will test you. But majority of the time, the Bible says what?
But to the evil.
Read it again, soldier.
Romans chapter 13 and verse 3.
Come on.
For rulers are not a terror to good works.
So majority of the time, let me repeat it again. The soldier went off. Majority of the time, the Bibles, the rulers are not a what?
Terror to good works.
They are not a terror to good works. The example I brought out earlier, when you go to work and do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
When you don't drive past the red light.
Right.
So the sister, we get what the sister was saying. You have to be on a certain behavior. But to say this is an American dream, if it was an American dream, why would they be on their worst behavior?
Right.
Right.
They are being oppressed. Come on.
But to the evil. Without then not be afraid of the power.
You see that? That's what the power is for the evil.
Right.
That's right.
Now there are consequences. Oh, you want to ride down and do drive-bys.
Bruh.
Now you going to be riding around here paranoid, thinking about the evil that's about to be done to you because you want to slaughter and slay your children. I mean, slay your brother. Come on.
Do that which is good.
Do that which is good. Keep the commandments of God. Come on.
And thou shalt have praise of the same.
And that shall have praise of the same, mean good will come to you. I brought that out to show you that, like that example I was talking about, the individual said, look, I don't want to roll with y'all.
Right.
The so-called white man said, look, I don't want to, I don't favor y'all. I don't favor black people. I don't favor Negroes.
Right.
But I respect y'all because y'all come to work every day. He then said the worst thing that we hate about our own people, and that's how we have to feel. We have to start despising murder.
Right.
We have to start despising brothers walking around with their pants sagging.
Right.
We have to start despising sisters walking around with their JJ showing.
Right.
We have to start despising it. You know what that so-called white man said? That red man said? He said the most lowest thing. He said, I respect y'all because y'all come to work every day. He said the lowest thing that we cannot stand about my own people. He said there's a guy, a man that's my own race, and he always come to work late. He always come to work drunk. He always begging. He said that is worse than how we feel about y'all. That's what he told the brothers.
Damn.
Wow.
They had a good conversation with that guy.
Damn.
That's what he told the brother. He said, my own brother that does that shames us, he said he's damn near worse than how we feel about y'all. He's saying that y'all can have him.
Right.
We don't want him. That's how we have to be about our own people. We have to push each other to be great. Now, that was brought out because the sister don't understand that she's supposed to be trying to make her people great,
Right.
not degrade her people.
Right.
All right, y'all had something?
Right,
Nah, that's
she
just
trying,
heavy.
right. She trying to make America great again.
There you go,
That's
Doss.
what she really
That's what her
trying to do.
mind is on. Her mind is on those Romans.
Right.
And it's just heavy though that you said that though, because they can see that one off ruin the whole outlook of their race.
Right, because they think they better than you.
Yep.
When they have us in slavery, and they had us in slavery, it's just a different level. The so-called white man, you should say, especially down south, this is God's country.
Right.
He's telling you it is our country
Right.
now. We better than you.
Right.
So when they have a particular brother or sister that is degrading them, they don't want nothing to do with them.
Yep.
How many times, think about it, when you driving down the road and you see a beggar, how many times you see the so-called white man actually digging in his pockets and giving that beggar money? Most of the time, I see my people giving them folks money.
Right.
I see the black sister reach her crazy, her black hand out, giving this man $20 and $30. That man finna go smoke that stuff up,
Right.
sniff it up.
What's so heavy about what you said? I seen it at the CVS. The sister pulled over on the side of the road. She gave that white man the rest of her pizza, gave him some money. She went the other way. Me and my wife still parked. That Edomite bit that pizza, threw that shit in the trash.
Do it.
Man.
Damn.
He wanted that money. He didn't give a damn about no pizza, man. He trying to get some money.
He eating the drugs. Crazy. Why you think he on the street? He ain't got, his mind ain't right. Our people ain't got, that's why they got to go back to the Bible.
That's
right.
The God of the Bible, the God of Israel says, give to the righteous man.
Right.
Give to the commandment keeper.
Right.
That's
right.
what God say. Not give it to a complete stranger. That's why we got to come back to the Bible, y'all, because y'all don't know nothing.
Right.
You don't know anything. Come on, man. Let's get back to the video. Final warning, y'all.
That was it on that video? Okay, I'll praise.
Good job, IT. Let's go. Let's go.
The bottom line is they don't care about the American people. They don't even care about the people that they're claiming to protest for. So many of them are paid protesters. This thing is being orchestrated, obviously, in many ways. And ultimately, President Trump is the one who took action to keep the American people safe and try to bring peace back to the streets that these rioters are destroying. The bottom line is
Yeah,
real
play it
quick.
again.
Oh.
Can you play it again? Because she said something. If you about to say something, go ahead.
Yo, I was about to touch on that because as we keep saying our people doing what? They rioting. Do the Lord approve of us going out there doing this amongst this land that we in our captivity in? Because we know we oppressed, right? We know we hate the system that we in, but is the Lord approving of what we're doing? Real quick, Romans 13:13. You finna pull? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I also say you don't took a.
I'm
We
sorry.
took another one of his precepts.
That's what you finna pull earlier.
He in the
one.
spirit,
Yeah,
man.
my bad, Austin. Look, it was right there.
You gotta share it, Austin.
Hey, read that real quick. Romans 13:13.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 13.
So remember earlier, now he read verse 1 and say, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. But watch verse 13. Read.
Let us walk honestly,
Read.
as in the day.
So it's telling us, first and foremost, you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you Israelites, let us walk honestly in this land. Read.
Not in rioting.
Not in what?
Rioting.
As you can see, it's our people that's rioting, that's tearing up the communities. And it's their neighborhood that they doing it to. You're not marching peacefully. You tearing your own neighborhoods up. Read on.
And drunkenness.
And what?
Drunkenness.
A lot of our people are out there intoxicated. They drunk. Most of them are on different types of drugs.
right.
So they feeding their anger and their wrath.
it,
And that's what it's going to rioting. Read on.
Not in chambering
Read.
and wantonness.
Read this though.
Not in strife and envying.
That's where it's coming from. Envying and strife. It's coming from envying and strife because they really want the American dream and they can't have it. So now they envying off of it. Now they want to tear everything up, but really they making themselves look crazy.
So it's really not sane people out there.
Nope.
Beggars, homeless, angry individuals. Scripture says food. How it says anger resteth in the bosom of fools.
Right.
Man, good scripture, y'all. Good scripture.
Hey,
Go ahead, Austin.
Yeah, play it again.
Right, play it again.
Is they don't care about the American people. They don't even care about the people that they're claiming to protest for. So many of them are paid protesters.
Stop.
This thing.
Y'all ain't hear what she just said. She literally just said the same thing we've been bringing out. She said it, but this is what our sister don't understand. She said these are paid protesters. She said they paid. So now, nonetheless, like the officer brought out, yeah, we out there in the midst of it. But she just told you there are paid protesters in the midst of this to keep this confusion going on. Read it in Psalms. Officer Malachi using the spirit. Read 64 and 8.
Right out, man. You in the spirit. I seen it, but I didn't bring it out. Y'all,
She just said it, officer. She literally just said, she said there are paid protesters on the news. But the sister, she won't see that. She didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
She plugged in. She just said it's a bunch of Hispanics out there just being Negroes. Nah, she just said it's paid
She just said it
protesters out there.
plainly.
And here's the thing. They'll get them to look just like you.
That's right.
They'll give them just like you.
That's the point.
Yep. And too, shout out to Big Ruben. So I eat a lot of Issachar. I've learned though that everybody speaks Spanish is not Issachar, y'all. Right. That's their language.
Gotcha.
All them that look like that, all of them is not our people, y'all. So don't get it twisted just because you see a so-called Mexican with a flag. All of them are not our people.
That's
bro.
right. That's right.
Watch this. Read that though.
The book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 8.
Watch this.
So they shall make their own tongue
To do what?
to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
So in the same breath, she said that we out there causing havoc. But in the same breath, she tell you that it's paid protesters out there.
So that tongue, when it says that they should read it again,
So they shall make their own tongue.
that own tongue is going into the enemies. Their own tongue. They strifing with each other.
Yep.
So-called white man is arguing with each other.
Yep.
They always been at war with each other. Blacks and Hispanics just want to go inside and get in the midst of it.
Yep.
What was the North and the South went to war? Yeah, they didn't go to war because they wanted to free the slaves.
Right.
They went to war because one of them wanted to govern the slaves.
Right.
Hey, I wanted them to govern them like this. No, we wanted to govern them like this.
Right.
No, I want them to govern them like this. No, we don't. This God's country. We want to govern them like this.
Hey,
That's
that's
why the
what
war
you
went
say.
down.
That's what you say too. I'm sorry.
Go
Guess
ahead.
what they finna celebrate on the 4th of July?
Damn.
They finna do the same thing. That ain't have a damn thing to do with your freedom.
Right.
They will fight for their own
freedom,
And
man.
you got involved in it.
That's it, man. They would fight for their own freedom because one particular class was about to struggle. They was about to struggle.
Yep.
So they went to war to break the ice.
Yep.
It's down south where them damn Edomites, which are the so-called white men, was balling. They was balling more than their brother up north.
Right.
So they was about to take over. They was about to take over everything. So they went to war.
Yep.
That's it. Ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Come on, man.
Hey, and it's the same thing how you said. I like that you brought it out earlier with Putin and Trump. They fight, but they the same.
They the same.
They the same. They both just want that same power. You got too much power over there.
You got too much
We
power.
need the power over here. It's
If,
the same
if,
thing.
it, if it was a way for us to team up to get all this power, they would do it.
They would do it.
They know it ain't no other way because they are greedy.
Yep. Yep.
They greedy. They are covetous.
Yep.
That's why they took your land, Hispanics. That's why they took our land, Negroes.
Yep.
That's why you so-called Native American Indians. That's why you're in the reservations.
Yep.
They are devils.
Yep.
They are greedy. They are covetous.
Right.
Do you know covetous is the last transgression of the Big Ten?
Yep.
If you're a covetous person, you will murder.
Yep.
You will steal.
Yep.
You will lie. You will have false gods. That's the so-called white man.
Yep. That's who changed the Sabbath.
That's who
What you
changed
just-
the Sabbath.
Hey, what you just said so heavy. The last one led to all the
Oh,
other 9 being broke.
When you covetous, you would do anything. You would do anything to take from people. Anything. God is telling you who's running this earth, who Satan has chose to run this earth. What y'all got? Y'all got something else? Go ahead, Austin Malachi. You had something? What you got? Austin Jew?
One more. What?
Go ahead, y'all get it.
Oh, read Exodus 23 and 2.
Bring it
Just
out.
This old member. The Bible say how we supposed to read it.
Uh-huh.
Precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little. So the
Uh-huh.
same thing it say in the New Testament. Guys, watch it. It's going to say the same thing in the Old.
Damn. Bring it out.
Exodus 23 and 2.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 2.
Come on.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
So it might don't say rioting, but it's saying the same exact thing. It say, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. When these people are walking the streets, they throwing Molotovs in windows, they throwing rocks, they fighting the police, they going against the higher power in the aspect of outside of the Bible. It say they are doing evil. So the Bible say, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Read.
Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment.
So that's pretty much it. That's all. I just want that top part. So it say, thou shalt not follow multitude to evil. So we got to go back to what the Bible says. We know we're in captivity. We know we're oppressed. But like I also said earlier, let's try keeping the commandments and the faith of Jesus and see how that works.
Go to Psalm 62. We finna what you just said, Psalm 62 and 7, real quick. Start at 5.
The book of Psalms, chapter 62 and verse 5. My soul.
My what?
My soul.
Y'all got to understand something, you blacks and Hispanics. This earth is not it. There's something called a spirit, a soul that is within you. When your physical flesh is laid in the ground, your spirit goes somewhere. Where you think it goes to? There's another atmosphere. There's another zone, whatever you want to call it, the twilight zone,
Right.
whatever you want to call it. You go somewhere else. Earth is physical. Your soul, your spirit was created by a whole nother spirit. Right. That's what you got to understand. Read it again.
My soul, wait thou only upon God.
No, so-called white man.
Only upon God.
No, the Arabian man.
Only upon God.
This is an American dream. Hit the bomb. This is American dream. I have made it. Where have you made it to? Hard work? Bondage? Right. How to be a whore?
Right.
That's what you have made it to?
Stop being a damn fool.
You learned that in your own country. The only difference is there wasn't a lot of riches in that country because it has been taken from your people. It has been taken from your people and they moved it to America. Come on.
For my expectation is.
My expectation. What should you be expecting in the future? Come on.
Is from him.
Is from him.
That's a cold precept.
You got to know what Drake got a song called what, y'all?
What God did.
God did what God did.
I'm sorry.
He said what God did. I don't think God's playing.
Oh, okay.
He don't know. He said what God did. We not gonna take that out neither. We gonna keep that in there.
That's right.
What God did. Drake don't know what the hell God did. He ain't got no idea what God did. He just talking about himself. That God ordained him to be a ratchet rapper. Right. That's what he is.
Bruh.
But the title itself, God's plan, that's what you have to be knowledgeable in. You need to find out what is God's plan. God's plan is for him to come back, refresh the earth, destroy it with nuclear fire, defeat the enemies, chastise and defeat the enemies of Israel, whether it's their own people, take those people, those chosen people that have been tried, and put them back in their rightful place to rule the earth.
Right.
Right.
That's God's plan.
Right.
Keep reading.
Verse 6. He only is my rock.
He is the only one that can save you.
Right.
You're
That's
dependent
right.
on an individual where he tells you in your face, what do you got to lose?
What the hell is this?
He's telling you that in your face that he don't give a damn, that you are losers. You are a loser. You have nothing left to lose. Your land has been taken from you. Your children shoot each other in the streets. You got your sisters doing abortions. Y'all are number one in STDs and HIV. What do you got to lose?
Right.
That's who you want to put your salvation in.
Right.
He don't give a damn about you.
Damn.
Read.
And my salvation.
Come on.
He is my defense.
He is your defense. He's the only one has given you grace in the last days to know who you are. It is because the strength he gave your ancestors to endure through the slavery brought to the Lord for punishment because of our disobedience. That's why he said in the Romans, he speaks about in Romans 9 that he left a remnant of people. He left a people, your people, to survive for the coming of Christ. Come on.
I shall not be moved.
You don't supposed to be moved from that. Come on.
And God is my salvation.
Uh-huh.
And my glory.
And my what?
And my glory.
Not July the 4th. Crazy?
Right.
What's the Hispanic holiday?
Cinco de Mayo.
You don't supposed to be glorying in that. You look like a donkey. You don't own anything.
Right.
What do you own? What are you turning up for? Be joyful with knowing that God is the God of your people. You can be joyful, and there's nothing wrong with being happy, being joyful. The Lord said, joy of the Lord is your strength.
Right.
That's where your joy is supposed to be in, knowing that you are God's chosen people. Come on.
That's right.
The rock of my strength and my refuge is in God.
Come on.
Trust in him at all times.
Trust in him where?
At all times.
At all times. When we are being oppressed,
Right.
trust in him. You can't go around talking about this is the American dream. You have forgot about God?
Right.
Read.
Ye people.
Ye what?
Ye people.
Ye people is going into the Israelites. God always was speaking to the Israelites. Come on.
Pour out your heart before him.
Come on.
God is a refuge for us.
Come on.
Selah. Surely men of low degree are vanity.
Go to 10. Come on.
Verse 10.
I'll praise.
Trust not in oppression.
What did God say not to do?
Trust not in oppression.
You big dummy.
Bring it out.
You big dummy.
Right.
God said, trust not in oppression. Let's lay our hands on the leader of America.
Right.
Stop being a damn fool.
You see where that got you, huh?
Right.
You see where that got you. You see that God was nowhere in that.
Right.
You big dummy. Then that's you pastors. Y'all keep following these dumb pastors. God said these pastors are dumb dogs, meaning they can't bark.
Right.
They don't bark. They dumb dogs. They don't know what to bark at.
Right.
But you still follow them. You Hispanics still throwing around, bowing down to a false image of Mary. You still worshiping Mary. What does Mary got to do with anything with your mindset of keeping God's commandments?
Right.
Mary was a commandment keeper. Mary was an Israelite.
Right.
Mary was black. Do you know that?
Right.
Read it again.
Trust not in oppression.
Come on.
And become not vain in robbery.
Watch this. Read.
If riches increase.
If riches increase, if America give you EBT,
Right.
you got $1,000 of EBT in grocery. God said don't trust in that American man.
Right.
You're supposed to use that for your benefit to survive through this captivity, not to forget about God. If you get a house and you get over 4 acres of land, you don't supposed to forget about the God of Israel. If you get an F-350, you don't supposed to forget about the God of Israel.
That's right.
Keep reading.
Set not your heart upon them.
Set not your heart up on them. I have made the American dream. I got money.
You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding.
Thus said the Lord, you don't supposed to forget about him.
Right.
And that's what we have done. You depend on them for your salvation. Now you get the consequences of that. Y'all got something?
Yes, sir. Can he read the next verse? Read verse 11.
Verse 11. God has spoken once. Twice have I heard this.
Watch this.
That power.
That what?
Power.
That what?
Power.
Read.
Belongeth unto God.
And that's what we forgot.
Dang.
That's what we forgot. We trusted no oppression. We
Right.
forgot that the power belongs to God. That's what we forgot.
He does the healing.
Yep.
He's the one that's allowing birth to
Yep.
be done on earth. When babies come into earth, he's allowing all this. We have forgotten this.
Right. And what's it about that too, officer? Guess what? That's who shipping our brother's ass up out of here.
That's who doing
That's
it.
who allowed it to go down. He's shipping your ass up out of here because the power belongs to him.
The power
And
belongs
it's to get us to come back to our God, y'all.
That's right.
All praise. Y'all got something else over
Right,
there?
he say we
I'm sorry, go ahead.
He say we begin to love the creature more than the creator.
Ooh.
Damn. Spirit, officer.
That's right,
That's what
Oz.
happened.
That's right. In the Bible, directly the Lord says that when you read the Paul writes, we begin to trust in the creature more than the creator.
Right.
Man, you're putting your trust in man and
Yep.
what he's doing. Damn.
Hey, and that's heavy too, because that's the same. All the prophets saying the same
All
thing.
prophets saying the same thing. That spirit never went away.
Yep.
Never went away. What else we got, y'all? Let's go. Let's go. I hope y'all getting edified. This your final one and running out of time.
Right.
Come on.
Y'all started at the right time spot on this one? Okay, all praise. Y'all cooking over there.
Oh man,
Break it down for you, all right?
break it down.
And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play.
Man, it's
Y'all
I'm
see
gonna-
that? Stop it. Now watch this. Now watch what we're about to do. Romans 13 and verse 4. Now watch this. This type of nation, these race of people, God calls them something. He gives them a title. He gave them certain power. The power was never for them to be kings. It was another power he gave them. He made them a form of a whipping or belt. They are a discipline rod for the Israelites. Watch this. He's going to prove it. In Romans, now remember, who was the power? The Romans was the power. They was over the Israelites. That's who we paid our taxes to. That's who Jesus Christ paid his taxes to. That's who the disciples paid their taxes to. The Roman government. Come on.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 4. For he is the minister of God.
He is the what?
Minister of God.
God ordained those Romans to be a minister. A minister is somebody that has an office.
Right.
They have a duty for God.
Right.
What is their duty? So what is the so-called white man's duty right now over the Hispanics, blacks, the Native American Indians? What is his duty? Come on.
To thee for good.
Because it's good in God's. It is good for God. Everything God does, it is good for him. Meaning it's good for his purpose. Come on.
But if thou do that which is evil,
Uh-huh.
be afraid.
So for the Lord, it can't touch the Lord, but for you, if you do evil, meaning transgress God's commandments, it's going to be evil for you or what? Not good for you.
Right.
Come on.
For he beareth not the sword in vain.
He does not what?
Beareth not the sword in vain.
God said, I made them to carry the sword.
Right.
Hit the bomb. What does a sword do? God said, I put the sword in their hand. That's why God said, I brought them in the book of Deuteronomy 28. I brought them from another nation. I sent them upon you because I gave them power of the sword.
Right.
They are the whipping stick. Now watch this. I'm going to show you it was ordained even in the days of Moses. Moses prophesied the Roman captivity. Moses prophesied America. Y'all just don't know that, pastors. You just don't know that, Hispanics. Moses prophesied about the Romans, that sword. Moses prophesied about the Americans being a sword.
Right.
And the European nations. See, they own the world because of the sword. The sword is the military weapons.
Right.
They have weapons. They can shoot you down. They can run you down. They can kill you with a blink of an eye. Go to the book to Leviticus. I'm going to show you in the books of Moses pertaining to the sword. God say they are a minister. He said, I made them to be the sword. They are the whipping stick. They are God's belt. When grandma went and got a belt, God went and got the so-called white man.
Right.
That's his belt. Leviticus 26. Hold on.
That show, he said he just gave guidelines on how he gonna lock you up or kill you.
There you go.
If you run, I'm gonna run you. Gonna be tired going to jail.
They are the sword. He's doing his job.
Right.
He's doing his job. They are your whipping stick. Leviticus 26 and read verse 32.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 32. And I will bring the land into desolation.
Start with 27.
Verse 27. And if you would not for all this hearken unto me, but walk contrary unto me, then I will walk contrary unto you also in fury.
You see that Lord said, if you come against me and you don't keep my commandments, I'm going to come against you. So what did God did when he came against us? What did he create? What did he do? Come on.
And I, even I, will chastise you 7 times for your sin.
Chastise means whooping.
Right.
What did he do to whoop us? So there are many things: sickness,
Right.
plagues, madness.
Right.
We don't know who we are, but let's see. Let's keep reading and see the things he did. Come on.
Verse 29. And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons.
So in those days, we were eating our own sons and daughters' carcasses. And when you read the book of Luke, Christ prophesied that we would be compassed around the armies, and we wouldn't have no food. So when the Romans
Right.
or and the other nations, they took over Jerusalem, we starved.
Right.
Our ancestors starved, and they end up eating their sons and daughters. Come on.
And the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat.
Come on.
And I will destroy your high places.
Come on.
And cut down your images.
Uh-huh.
And cast your carcasses upon the carcasses of your idols.
So the idols, you think that only went down in that time. God said the curses would be forever until Christ come back.
Right.
Who do you see in the street slain with a cross around their neck?
Bring it out. That's heavy.
Who do you see slain, shot down with a cross, a chain with a cross around their neck?
Right.
God said your carcasses will be in the street with that idol.
Right.
The idol primarily on you.
Right.
Watch this. Read it again.
And I will destroy your high places, and cut down your images, and cast your carcasses upon the carcasses of your idols.
You see that? Come on.
And my soul shall abhor you.
My soul shall abhor you. The Lord said, my soul shall abhor you. Meaning I'm gonna hate you because you disobeying me. Come on.
And I will make your cities waste.
That's why you don't have cities anymore, Hispanics, blacks, so-called Native American Indians. That's how we know we the Israelites.
Right.
The white man can't be the Israelites.
Right.
That's right.
He got cities.
Right.
The Chinese man can't be the Israelites. He got cities.
Right.
The so-called Jewish man that's taking your traditions can't be the real Jews. He got cities.
Right.
That's us he's talking about. He's prophesizing of the future about us. Come on.
And bring your sanctuaries unto desolation.
Come on.
And I will not smell the savor of your sweet odor.
Come on.
And I will bring the land into desolation.
And your what?
Land into desolation.
No, and your what?
And your enemies.
And your what?
Enemies.
With what?
Which dwell therein.
Which dwell therein. Come on.
Shall be astonished at it.
Now let's see what those enemies gonna do. They gonna be astonished. They gonna look back and say, God ain't with them no more.
Bring it out.
So if I'm your enemy and I've been rolling with you, only reason why I've been rolling with you because God is with you. Now when I see God ain't with you, I'm an enemy. What I'm about to do, y'all?
I'm about to get on.
I'm about to take everything you got.
Right.
Let's see what God called those enemies and what did they do. Read.
And I will scatter you among the heathen.
The heathen are the other nations. Those same enemies that was with them, Those enemies that was with them, God said, those ones that you had into slavery, I'm going to take you and I'm going to scatter you amongst them around the whole world. Those same enemies that was amongst you that you had in slavery, I'm going to take you and I'm going to scatter you and I'm going to put you under them.
Right.
Read it again.
And I will scatter you among the heath.
Now watch this, read.
And will draw out a sword.
Withdraw out a what?
Draw out a sword.
Withdraw out a what?
A sword.
A what?
A sword.
A what?
A sword.
After what?
After you.
Who was the sword?
Bring it out.
What did they do? Who held the sword?
Bring it out.
Let's see. Come on.
And your land shall be desolate.
Come on.
And your cities waste.
Come on.
Then shall the land enjoy her Sabbath.
Come on.
As long as it lieth desolate.
Now watch this. Come on.
And ye be in your enemy's land.
You be in your home?
Enemy's land.
Who drew out the sword and brought you into the enemy's land?
Bring it out.
They had to devour you. They had to kill you. They had to rape you. They are the sword. God made them the sword to punish you.
Right.
Now you know the purpose. Now you know the purpose of the so-called white man. He always blessed them in the book of Genesis. He blessed Esau with the sword.
Right.
Esau, the nation of Edomite, is the so-called white man's nation.
Right.
They was ordained from the beginning to be blessed with the sword. Give me that. Read verse 24.
Verse 24. Then will I also...
Start at 23.
Verse Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 23.
Come on.
And if you would not be reformed by me by these things.
I have to keep reading it. These things are happening to us today because you're not reformed by God's commandments. You're not keeping God's commandments. You don't even acknowledge yourself as an Israelite. You think you're an American.
Right.
I'm a Hispanic American. What does it say on the application, y'all?
Right. It's a Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Yep.
You are a Hispanic American. You are African American.
Right.
You're not even acknowledging yourself as an Israelite.
Right.
Native American.
A Native American. Other. I don't even know what the other is. Come on.
But will walk contrary unto me.
Watch this.
Then will I also walk contrary unto you.
Uh-huh.
And will punish you yet 7 times for your sin.
What would the Lord do? Come on.
And I will bring a sword.
And I would do what?
Bring a sword.
I would do what?
Bring a sword.
Upon who?
Upon you.
Who's going to carry that sword? Read.
That shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant.
What they made to do? They made to do what?
Avenge the quarrel of my covenant.
God in heaven, he's saying, let me make some spirits. Right. These spirits gonna be pit bulls.
Right.
These spirits gonna be Rottweilers.
Right.
I'm gonna make them so they can bite my people when they act up.
Right.
Keep reading.
And when ye are gathered together within your city.
When you come together in your cities to do your unholy things, to shake your behind.
Right.
Oh, this Mardi Gras just passed by. Our people drunk as hell at Mardi Gras.
Right.
When you come together in your cities, what's going to happen?
I will send the pestilence among you.
And do what?
And ye shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy.
Who the sword in the hand of the who?
Of the enemy.
That's the sword.
Right.
God made them to punish you.
Right.
Y'all got something?
Yo, go to Psalms 17 and 13.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Psalm 17 and 13. Because what the officer just brought out is heavy too, officer. And what's so heavy about this too is church, they teach God is good all the time, and all the time God is good.
Amen.
But your God just said, because you disobeyed me, I created your adversary who going to punish you 7 times. He said, I created them for a quarrel. A quarrel is a fight. He got the other nations fighting for him because we went against his covenant.
So he controlled them. He's the puppet. He's the puppet master. He's controlling everything.
Go back to what you read the Psalms about the power house.
Man,
read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord. Disappoint him. Cast him down.
Read.
Deliver my soul from the wicked.
We know according to the book of Malachi 1, the wicked is the so-called Caucasian race.
Right.
So King, is this King David? Yes, King David is asking the Lord to deliver him from them. Read, watch this.
Which is thy sword.
He say the wicked is what?
Is thy
That's
sword.
what the officer just brought out. Our brothers and sisters don't know this. Watch this. Read the next verse.
From men, which are thy hands.
He said he created men to be his hands. That's what he just said. You just read it. I made them the quarrel for my covenant.
Right.
Read.
O Lord, from men of the world,
Uh-huh.
which have their portion in this life,
Read.
whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure.
So this is what the Most High trying to get us to see, y'all. I created these people to spank you. What they saying down here, and I'm from Florida, what that Edomite just said he gonna do, boy, they gonna do every bit of it. They gonna do it with no remorse. That's why when you put it, he said he ain't carrying his sword in vain.
He ain't doing it in
When
vain.
he swing it, he gonna do
He
that.
gonna do it. You better believe him. He ready to do it. He was made to do that.
And was heavy. He was made to serve the Lord for his purpose, right? And he do it to a T. He don't swing it in void.
That's right. That's right.
We made to serve our God, but we kick against.
We kick against you. You made to keep the commandments and rule the earth. That so-called white man ain't playing. He doing his job.
There you go.
He been conquering the earth ever since he had risen up
Right.
in 70 AD.
Right.
Ever since he risen up in them dark ages, after those dark ages,
Right.
he rose up. Boy, he been on a tear.
Right.
He been on a tear. Go ahead. What else y'all have?
Go to just to take it back on that. Go to Proverbs. Jump to Proverbs 21 and 1. To show that, because you like that was heavy, like he went into that's his sword. That's what he used. He used the other nations to help get our people in the line to bethink themselves.
Right.
Man.
Right.
That's what he do. But watch what this is. Start at verse 1.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 1.
Read out.
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
You see that? He said the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Donald Trump is it. He gonna do what the Most High God tell him to do.
Right.
Just like how he did with that great
Right.
great city Egypt.
Right.
How he did with Pharaoh.
Check it out.
What he did, it's the same thing today.
Right.
The
Man,
Most
bring-
High God is behind it.
Right. He told Pharaoh, he said, I made his heart. He said, I hardened his heart.
Right.
Right.
That's that
Right.
Romans 9.
Right. It's the same thing today. Ain't nothing new. And just like how people were rebellious back then, it's the same thing today. The Most High God got to step in and what? Check our people. That's what he's doing. So read.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
You see that? He's turning whichsoever he will. He gonna cause this to happen, that
Right.
to happen. You see what I'm saying? Just to get our people to look. Hey, I'm behind this. If you don't want to hearken to me, you don't want to listen. Guess what? I'm gonna take these people that I'm gonna use for my sword, and guess what? I'm gonna judge you with them.
Right.
I'm gonna judge you with them. Keep reading.
Verse 2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the heart.
You see that the Lord put his heart. He's seeing that, hey, look, our people, they don't want to do that. They don't want to change. So this is what I'm going to have to do. Can I get one more scripture real quick? Deuteronomy 28.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 28 and start at verse
Bring it out.
48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies,
So he's saying now we're going to serve our enemies now. We're going to serve our enemies. Read.
which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed
Till
thee.
he have destroyed, till we have forgot who we are, that we the same people, that we the Israelites, that we supposed to be keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Not calling ourselves an African American,
Right.
a Mexican, a
Right.
Puerto Rican, Jamaican,
Right.
an American.
Right.
We don't supposed to be doing that, but read.
Right.
This is what happened when he was just reading earlier about this sword again. Read.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flyeth.
Right, just like America, they support the eagle. They with the eagle, right? But watch, just like how we read what the sheriff was saying of what they gonna do to our people if they getting out of line out of there. What type of people is this? Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Read.
A nation of fierce countenance.
You see that? A nation of fierce conscience. That's what's on their mind. Their mind is destruction. They want to destroy. They want to destroy us. Not they people. They want to destroy us.
Right.
But read.
Which shall not regard the person of the old.
You see that? Of the old, they don't mind. If you get in their way, guess what? They're going to run you over. They're going to shoot you down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to destroy you. They're going to kill you.
That's right.
Read.
Nor show favor to the young.
You said nor show favor to the young. So they showing you this nation that he bringing against you. This is a fierce nation.
Right.
That's his sword, man, that he using. Why? Because our people don't want to hearken down and keep his commandments, man. That's all they got to do. But that's it.
Oh, praise.
Can I get one right quick?
Go ahead,
Get
Judah.
in.
Give me 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 13. Let's see what the Bible says. Everything what the officer just said a few minutes ago, let's see what it say in the New Testament also. Read that right quick.
First Peter
First
2:13.
Peter chapter 2,
Bring it
verse
out.
13. Read.
The book of First Peter chapter 2 and verse 13.
No.
Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake.
You see that? The Most High God told the children of Israel, he said, submit yourself. Why? Because we're in captivity. The Esau is the one ruling this place over here. He said, submit yourself to every ordinance. Read.
Whether it be to the king.
To what?
Whether it be to the king.
Who is the king now? Donald Trump. He's
That's
the
right.
king.
That's right.
Most High said, submit to him. Read.
As supreme.
Read. Watch
Or
this.
unto governors.
Unto who?
Unto governors.
What did the police officer just say a few minutes ago? You come there, I'm going to do what? You got to submit to him. He's telling you what he's going to do.
right.
He's going to kill you.
He's the sword.
Why? Because Most High God said he is the sword like the officers now been bringing out. Read.
As unto them that are sent by him.
Who sent what? Said it again?
As unto them that are sent by him.
You see that? The Most High God sent them.
That's
right.
He put them over us. Watch this. Keep reading.
For the punishment of evildoers.
The punishment of who?
Of evildoers.
Of evildoers. The evildoers. So you go down there, you're going to get killed. That's
right.
all I got.
That's right. That's what we got. That's what you got to understand, my Hispanic people. You're being punished because of your disobedience and not acknowledging that you are the Israelites.
That's right.
You better put down that old Catholic religion. You better put that mess down. You better put down the worshiping of Mary.
Right.
Where in the Bible it tells you to worship Mary? What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with you? Stop it. Stop learning the Bible from Satan.
Right.
Stop it. He makes absolutely no sense. All right. Well, we got something else. We ending it. We got one more. Let's get through one more real quick. Run out of time. Good stuff, officers. Good stuff. Giving our people the final warning.
Right.
Let's go.
Something funny going on with these California protests and riots. I said it in the end of my video, but look at this shit. That's a Craigslist ad saying that they're paying anywhere from $6,500 to $12,500 per week, and they're looking for the toughest badasses in the city of Los Angeles. And these people that they're looking for need to be in the same area where these protests are happening. Look at that. Take your time, screenshot that for a second, and we're going to jump into this real shit. Like I always say, it's nothing new under the sun. You have bricks strategically placed in places where people can throw them. We all seen a video where people throwing bricks at FBI agents' cars, ICE cars, things of that nature. Where the hell all those bricks come from? Then you have China saying that they'll liberate California if Donald Trump doesn't protect the citizens of California. China is saying that they are going to step in and protect California if President Trump doesn't. This shit is gonna get worse before it can get better. We all know a lot of people are tired of the bullshit. This is why people are moving the way they're moving. And all they needed was a little push. And now you can see what that push did. I really need y'all to pay attention to what's about to happen and what can happen. And you even have people saying that the same protests are about to start taking place in places like Florida and other states. If shit like this continues, things could really go bad. Pay attention. I knew it was something.
Hey, all praise to the Most High. Real quick, read Proverbs 13 and 12. Real quick, just going along with what this brother just said. He said they just need a push. As you can see, they constantly showing you that it's a setup, brothers and sisters. The Most High God, the Most High that showed us scripture after scripture. Our job is to be obedient to His commandments, and they weren't created for those that do good. Read that. Watch this though.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 12.
Read.
Hope deferred.
Hope deferred.
Maketh the heart sick. But when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life.
When we desire to keep these commandments, that's when that tree of life come forth. The Most High God just said, hope deferred. Our people ain't got no hope. That's why they mind sick. That's why you out there doing the foolishness. That's why we out here telling our brothers and sisters they got to repent.
That's right. That's right.
I ain't got nothing else.
Right. Is
All
right.
praise, man. All praise.
That's so. We ended it.
Yes, sir.
All right. That was a good. It was a good session. You know, we hope that our people are being edified.
Right.
We're going through the scriptures. We spend minutes, a lot of minutes going through the scriptures. You hear more scriptures than the videos.
Right.
We just not here to entertain because our people have to know how God think.
Right.
God's plan.
Right.
You got to know God's plan, not the so-called white man's plan. We just prove scriptures throughout the Bible that God is controlling all this.
Right.
There's no coincidence. There's no random things. God is controlling everything. So you Israelites, get yourself together. Hispanics, blacks, Native American, Indians, stop being drunkards. Stop killing each other.
Right.
Stop serving false gods.
Right.
Until you acknowledge yourself as an Israelite, it's going to keep happening.
Right.
But God is raising up brothers and sisters that are acknowledging themselves.
Right.
And God is giving us the grace. So thank the Lord for that. Hey, I'm Officer Joab to my right.
Officer Zephaniah.
Far right.
Officer Judah.
Okay, go ahead to my left.
Officer Jeremiah.
Far left.
Officer Malachi.
All right, so let's swing it back to me. Let's swing it back.
Who's over there on your side?
Go ahead, Officer Jeremiah.
Hey,
Go ahead and put your hand up.
There you go.
There you go.
There
You
you
see
go.
where Officer Jeremiah is? On probably on your right, but on my left. Hit that. Let me tell you something. The scripture said money is a defense.
Right.
It's a tool. Every society, every government has a money system.
Right.
God knows that. That keeps the order of things. You labor for funds. You labor for a reward. All right? So every government has that. We supposed to come together and keep each other's funds inside and help each other.
Right.
So you see that? God said he loves a what? Point to it, also.
Hey,
Come on.
Right there.
Right there. He loves
I
a
see it.
cheerful giver.
Right.
Willingly.
Donate.
They mindset is on their people. Make sure you click that. We're going to give you some time to click that.
Right.
Click that link and donate. God is not going to forget that.
Right.
Remember, there was a sister that gave her last.
2 mics.
2 mics. That ain't nothing. That's
Right.
that's all she had. She gave that. God did not forget about that. So keep that mind saying we have more than two, way more than 2 mics.
Right.
Way more than that.
Right.
So make sure you donate. Quit thinking you ain't got no purpose and give to the Lord's people. Help your leaders. All right? Hey, I'm Officer Joab. Hey, with that, this has been the final warning.
Hold up.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
It ain't the final one, also.
What is it?
Man,
The final warning. Hey, y'all, shalom. Till next time. Most I